Well, hello there. Today we have a new video. I'll be, telling you the stuff you need to know, like for beginners, or like also talk about like some strats you can do, like stuff need to help out either beginners or rookies. I help them, improve at freeze tag. I know the first tip I got. Because if you have limited zips, you always want to conserve your zips as much as you need, and try to get move around with like one zip at a time, switching up hands so they can recharge quick enough, and also by moving around with the jet. Also trying to tap it, because if you tap it, you move around the map, but won't waste too much of the jet. Also you could use one zip from the left hand, then you could go right, then continue with the boost. But like if you're in let's say if you're in a 1v1, you want to either juke him out and get the tag. Like juking is where you either move quickly to the right, to the left, or up, down. But Noah, if you were to actually learn pretty good jukes, Noah is the person you want to go to. Like his in-game tag is actually Pro Gamer Noah, I think. Oh, I think so. 557 maybe, I don't know. But if you actually want to learn more about jukes, you can always ask him. Okay, and the next thing you want to, it was the EMP. It's very short range. It's how you tag people, and depending how you're attacking people, you can either shoot pre-fire, but pre-fire is where you kind of shoot before right before you hit your enemy. You can either get them good with that, which is and pre-firing is I would only I suggest only do you're trying to get the tag before, because you can actually make people run into it, which is pretty funny. If you're going at a certain distance, you go make them go into it. But also you want to aim. You also use the top of the index finger, or the circle, the optic, what do you want to call it? Wherever your grapple points. You can either put it on them, but mainly where you aim. You could look at it, put your arm in front out, shoot. Some of the strats I will go over is, one of it is the tunnel strat. And I rarely, don't even have to use it anymore, because of the fact, it's very risky. I would only recommend doing it if you're up a point and you're trying to make your opponents come to you. You get them up in here in the tunnel, because it's very easy to defend in the tunnel. You gotta always keep, if it's a 3v3 freeze tag, if you're in a tournament, you always want to keep someone on watching red and always watching blue, and one guy in the middle to help how many people are coming over from which side. And if all three were coming up red, you'd always want to focus on wherever they're coming at. One of the other strats I like doing is over here on the outside. I'll come on the outside, if I'm up a point, they will definitely come to me. I would get back, kind of juke them out, going side to side, or if I need to, I'll go up. I'll get Noah a lot in the sides, because he's decent at it, but he's not, he hasn't learn the fullness. And also this tunnel, I would never recommend going into it because you can easily get cut off. But the only recommend going into it if you're wanting to like juke out someone. You come in here and right as soon as that like, tag them. And another thing you can do is like if someone's chasing after you and you're going to like let's say unfreeze a teammate, or like you're trying to get away because you're up a point and they're trying to chase you for, you know, you could either like then they're steadily chasing you, could turn around, or like if you're facing this way you can always be facing them because you never want to take your eye off. But like if you do like end up not having your back turned to them, you just turn around really fast and shoot them, however you want to do it. But it's easily, you can easily, you know, stop that strat because like if you have good reflexes you could shoot them before they turn around and shoot you. Like if you're going at them and they turn around, you could juke, like zip back and like go back in and tag them. And one of the things I always like somewhat do is this big object. Don't know what it's called, but you could go under it, like above. Go through here if you want. Like I always try to do it like to confuse people, like get them hit the thing and get a free tag. Like if they get knocked down, they like. I can also recommend not going in these tunnels at all because they're very small. There's really no reason why you should go through these tunnels unless you're like your opponent is forever or some reason inside the tunnel and then like you can get them easily get them and try to, you know, outsmart them somehow. Like going in, juking out, back in. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. There's not many other tips to give. Like like for like, let's see if I could think of anything. Because I didn't have a script written down, I just try to come up with stuff right off the top of my head. This is why these videos are so this much out of order. You know, like in your movements, let's say we try to get right here. Like you never want to go like you never want to beeline it, unless you never want to beeline it if there's like, you know, enemies in front of you or your opponents. You never want to beeline it. You always want to try to go side to side, go back. Like you always want to be careful of what you want to do. Like if you have teammates who are going for them, like you can either try to beeline it like as quickly as you possibly can, but you know, but they're waste zips and you have to get away and let them recharge. When you're doing the double zipping, gets rid of your zips really quick. And I would never do double zip unless you like they're really close to you and get them really quickly. That's how you catch people off guard. And I think I've went over this side. So yeah, I went over this side. It's over here. In the middle, you know, like if you're good in the middle, you like zipping. Because I'm not very like I will go in the middle, but you know, I'm like it depends if it's like how I'm going up against like noobs, rookies. You know, of course I'll go in the middle to tag them there, but I sometimes avoid the middle if like I'm going against other competitive players, like Noah, because Noah he's great in the middle. Like you always want to keep in mind, you know, you have limited zips. You want to try to conserve them as much as you can. You never want to be without zips, because with having zips, you want to. What zips are, you know, is pulling on your line, and you know, getting away or quickly tagging. I think I've said this before. And there's also gliding, but I don't recommend gliding. But you can glide if it, to pick up some speed. Because Noah told me you can actually zip and glide, try to combine those for speed. But I recommend not doing it. There's this thing I actually do that's called momentum shifting that keeps your speed up and like your momentum, and you're always moving and stuff like that. It's because what I do is to do it, like I'll zip, like it'd take one or two. Like if I'm going around a corner, I'll boost either down, and I'll zip back up, down again. I mean, it depends on like where you are in the map. Like, if you ran out, like I always recommend like keeping your momentum going. You never want to stop and be in one place. You always want to keep going. But it depends on what your strat is, because there's also a corner strat you can do, like either standing in the corner or like moving around. One like also another thing is you never want to shoot your EMPs at. You never want to shoot both of them at the same time. Like if you get like one person that's right here, you have another one, then you have another one. You want to, not use both of them and let them recharge as much as you can. And because you don't want to be caught without an EMP, because if your opponent comes up to you and you're like vulnerable and there's really nothing you can do, either zip away or try to juke them out. Like you have to wait for the EMP to recharge, to get them. Like if it recharges enough, you could zip in and get the tag, unless you're quick enough to do it. And I think that I went over everything that you just like shouldn't need to know about, like then to improve. Like if you ever see me out in like in public lobbies, you can always ask me like something, like if you're unsure about something. You just always ask. Like whenever I'm in the public lobby, you find me, just ask. Like if you need to know more something, you can always leave a comment. Like what about this? If I left something out, you can always leave a comment, or find me in a public lobby. We can always just chat. Yeah, I guess that will be the end of the video. Also, as I just said before, make sure to leave a comment if I left anything out you want to know about. I'll I'll do it in another video, going over other stuff. I'll possibly go over like other possible strats you can do, or you know, yeah. I guess that would be the end of it. Okay, I wanted to hit resume.